Hello, and welcome to another Crack-a-Pack. Today, we will be opening a random pack from my little archive here of packs that I've been collecting since starting my channel. So now that we have sunset Secrets of Strixhaven, I'll be adding in my remaining packs. We've got some play boosters and a collector booster. So the way this will work is I'll be rolling some dice to determine which pack we open. It seemed to work pretty well last time, where I first rolled for the row, then we rolled for the set we would open, and then the individual pack. So I think I'll be doing that again. The packs in here are roughly arranged from oldest to newest. So, of course, I'll be hoping for one of the older packs because I think that'll be so fun. And, I'm going to exclude this little half row here. That is some of the most recent stuff, so not that interesting. But I will let the dice lead the way. I'll roll a d4, I think, and we'll just do 1 through 4, re-rolling a 4. A 1. Awesome. We'll be exploring the oldest portion of the box. Okay. We've got Dominaria Remastered, Brothers War, some more Dominaria. Oh, wait. Okay, so there's Dominaria United and Dominaria Remastered. There's Double Masters, Battle for Baldur's Gate, there's Shadows over Innistrad and regular Innistrad. I'll just group those together. Commander Legends. I guess I'll put with the other Commander Legends. I guess I'll group together some of the older sets for simplicity. We've got Kaldheim, Zendikar Rising, Khans of Tarkir, and Return to Ravnica. Um, then there's Streets of New Capenna and more Baldur's Gate. Okay. So that's everything. Conveniently, we've got 8 piles, so I suppose we can just roll a d8 and just go 1 through 8. I'll try to be careful. Sorry to Amanatu. A 3. So we're opening Dominaria United. Awesome. Okay. So we've got a little variety here. We've got a mix of draft boosters and set boosters, which aren't technically draftable, but we'll see about that. We've got 7 packs, so guess I'll just roll a d8 again and we'll do 1 through 7, reroll on 8. A 7. Okay. Guess we're drafting a set booster today. So let's open it up and see what we get. I do not remember which order these cards are in. Let's make sure the rare is in the back. Okay. So we've got our art card, very good looking Pegasus, a beautiful basic plains, next, we've got a Battlefly Swarm. It is a single black for a 1/1 Phyrexian insect at common, with flying, and pay a single black. Battlefly Swarm gains Death Touch until end of turn. Having encountered the bitter Phyrexian battleflies before, Squee knew not to bother eating them, or at least stop after the 5th. Gross. Volsha Tide Turner is 1 into blue for a 1/3 Merfolk Wizard at common. With tap, add blue. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell or a kicked spell. Ships suspected of carrying Sheldred's agents have a tendency to drift far off course as they sail through the Voda Sea. Reminds me of the Hydro Channeler from Secrets of Strixhaven. Tolarian Geyser is 2 into blue for a sorcery at common, with kicker for a single white. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Draw a card. If this spell was kicked, you gain 3 life. If they don't drown, perhaps they'll rust. Stall for time is 2 and a white for an instant at common, with kicker for 1 and a blue. Tap up to 2 target creatures. If this spell was kicked, put a stun counter on each of those creatures. Draw a card. We've got Garna, Blood Fist of Keld. It is 1 black red red for a 4/3 legendary human berserker at uncommon. Whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, Garna, Blood Fist of Keld deals 1 damage to each opponent. Let's see who gets more kills, Rada. Nice. Join forces is 2 and a white for an instant at uncommon. Untap up to 2 target creatures. They each get +2/+2 until end of turn. Okay, you take the 16 rangers and the Hulk on the right. I'll take the 10 defilers and the Plague Lord on the left. Ready? Danitha to Rada. Wow, looks like everybody's talking to Rada. Joint exploration is 1 and a blue for an instant at uncommon, with kicker for a single green. Scry 2, then draw a card. If this spell was kicked, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. The Talarians had the maps, but only the Yaphamayans knew how to read them. Nice. I like these kicker cards that draw a card. Well, speaking of Rada, we've got a stained glass Rada Coalition Warlord. It is 2 red-green for a 3/3 legendary elf warrior at uncommon, with domain. Whenever Rada Coalition Warlord becomes tapped, another target creature you control gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. Seems pretty good. We've got another stained glass card, Najal the Stormrunner. It is 2 blue-blue-red for a 5/4 legendary Ifrit wizard at uncommon. You may cast sorcery spells as though they had flash. Whenever Najal the Stormrunner attacks, you may pay 2. If you do, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. the rare is Carrion Beastcaller. It is 1 and a green for a 2/2 Dryad Warrior at rare. Whenever you cast a creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on Carrion Beastcaller. When Carrion Beastcaller dies, distribute X +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on Carrion Beastcaller. Oh wow, I didn't even remember this was in the set. We've got a foil Liliana of the Veil. 1 black for a 3 loyalty. Legendary Planeswalker Liliana at Mythic Rare. +1. Each player discards a card. -2. Target player sacrifices a creature. And -6. Separate all permanents target player controls into 2 piles. That player sacrifices all permanents in the pile of their choice. Alright, so here is our pack. And in a world where we're drafting a set booster, I think I'm just going straight for the Liliana of the Veil here. You know, even though she doesn't carry the price tag that she once had. If we're thinking about limited, Planeswalkers are often a pretty good choice. And 3 mana for an Edict or a discard spell that is repeatable isn't too bad, plus the other stuff that she can do. At the very least, might divert some damage from your opponent. So yeah, I would be happy going with Liliana as the pack 1 pick 1. But of course I want to know what you would be taking. So let's talk about it down in the comments. And as always, please hit that like button. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I put out new Magic the Gathering ASMR videos every Monday and Friday. I truly appreciate all of your support. And I hope you have a wonderful day.